And you can dub that.
So I'm going to say, hit it, Paul.
All right.
Get behind here.
Him in a few minutes. I'm here with Barbara to talk about this beautiful painting. It's called Pineapple Rag. It has a trumpet, music notes, and so it goes along with the theme of Ragtime tonight. And so tell me about this painting.
Well, actually, this is a reproduction of the original painting, which I probably will always keep. And the story was that Frank loved the ragtime music, and he had the original sheet music of the pineapple rag, and he created this great trompe l'oeil painting, which means trick the eye.
What does it mean?
Fool the eye or trick the eye.
Okay, and how is it trick the eye? Tell us that.
Well, it's actually, it tricked my eye, because when Frank was painting this, I thought he had pasted this brochure onto the canvas, and I said, "Why did you do that, Frank?" And he said, he looked at me and he smiled and he said, "No, that's part of the painting."
Okay.
So he had truly tricked the eye, but it's a wonderful piece.
So it lifts. It's almost like...
Yes, it's like 3D, I guess you'd say.
It's a 3D photo.
But there's a lot of history in this picture, and it's actually called Ragtime Woolly Bear. And Frank liked to incorporate humor into a lot of his paintings, and there's a little woolly bear in there.
Oh, that's great.
And there is more to this painting. But anyways, who knew that a number of years later that Paul and I would be doing a program about ragtime music?
Right, and let me ask you, you said you always had that dream of performing.
Yes.
So, and then of course my show is all about encouraging people to perform. What kept you from it? I'm sure it was family, you were busy with your life, but what was the dream, and then now it's realized? Tell me about that journey for you.
Well, actually, I was very nervous.
Yeah?
And I'm not anymore, really.
Right.
So I really enjoy being up in front of the audience, and it's great, and it's a pleasure to perform with Paul.
No, it
because
is.
he's the true talent.
No, and you know what? You both play well off each other. Mm-hmm. You really have a good time together. Now, what is the next song that Paul is going to play for us? I believe it is the Pineapple Rag, based on, okay, so tell me about, so Paul's next song is Pineapple Rag.
Yeah.
Tell me about Scott Joplin's song and why it's called that.
Well, actually, I don't know.
Okay.
Why. Oh, but I don't know why, but you are going to play the Pineapple Rag.
I could probably make up a bunch of answers.
Okay.
I mean, probably they ran out. There's all kinds of some really bizarre. They've come up with a lot of other.
But I mean, Frank, your husband, he loved this song.
Yes, he loved the song,
okay.
Paul.
I used to love pineapples. We used to have a pineapple ranch or something like that.
Okay.
We got a big gardener and.
So we're going to say again, hit it, Paul, for the Pineapple Rag.
All right. Oh, I can do this, but I have a prop, and it really comes in handy.
Oh, okay.
Can we get the prop, guys? I love it. Thanks. It's really good. I caught that in the lighting. This is the actual pineapple. It's got a lot of miles in it, though. I also use it as piggy bank there. This is the key of B flat, and listen and enjoy.
Just do the singing, the music. Yes. If you can.
So, Paul.
Did you notice that? Were you impressed with that? The way I kind of
Yes, yes. So we have talked about how you got involved in ragtime music. What else do you do? I know you teach students.
Well, I live with my mom.
Yep.
We might have said that already. And, you know, I do a lot of yard work. I'm just kidding here, of course.
What about performance?
I do a lot of performances. I mean,
What is your favorite part about teaching? What do you like most about it?
it's just, you know, it's just something about instructing. I don't know, like passing on the knowledge that I have. I had great teachers, you know, and I
Right.
really, it's just, I don't know, carrying on tradition. You're born with it.
Right.
And I enjoy it. I do
Was
vocals.
it easy for you to pick up music?
And I started teaching in
singing?
high school.
Oh,
started
all right. So it's
teaching
a
when I was in high
late,
school.
little late.
Yeah, people, you know, when you start when you're young and, you know.
Oh no, young
you know,
to teach
and of course,
anyway.
with boys in those days, I mean, most of the time, statistically speaking, I taught was, you know, most, you know, 9 girl students to 1 boy, you know, because it's not cool or something. But, you know, then I became too cool and
And then you
Boston.
played out in the area. You
played in Boston.
Oh, great.
You know, I mean, way before you were around, I'm sure. And,
Oh well, thank you.
I have, because
I
I'd stand,
appreciate
but I,
that.
I'd stand, but I don't want to.
Any-
Because I feel like I.
That's okay. No. So you really are passionate about performing. I can see.
Yeah, it's a great thing, and I mean, if I had a nickel for every time someone would come up to me and say, "Geez, you know, I wish my parents had have, you know, made me kept playing
Yeah,
the piano."
you appreciate what your mother has done.
Right.
That is the key.
You know,
Paul has some interesting stories too. One in particular that I like about the party
well,
where you went to one address.
oh yeah, I mean, it's not just a top 10. There's a top 100 different just stories that just happen.
In
you know,
performance,
you
yeah.
never know
Right.
whether it's a band thing or a weather thing or one time there was a coyote involved.
Okay.
But well, one of the funny ones, I used to do the home tours.
Oh,
Play at the
all right.
home tours because all my students, I went to the houses, which is great. So, you know, you'd go from house to house, all beautiful houses, all nice kids and everything. I did have to compete with soccer, of course.
Right,
I had to
right.
compete with dog grooming, for God's sakes, one time. All those things. But so I was playing at a house party. You know, I don't know if we could mention Kingston, but it's a great town here on the South Shore. We love the South Shore.
yeah.
And down there on Main Street, typical street, Main Street, and I got the call, and I wrote it down on a napkin. Typically, you write it on a napkin. That way you can remember where you were that night.
Right.
It really works out, as long as you don't give the napkin away.
Okay.
And so they said, well, it's 1101 Main Street. So the month later, I went to the gig.
You're playing.
White House, black shutters, 2-story, all kinds of people on the home tour, definitely.
Yes.
I know the criteria. People walk in, either compliment the house or criticize the wallpaper. I don't know. And,
Okay.
Beautiful house. I sat down, started playing the piano, and you know the workers that were there said, you know, just carry on. The owner isn't here right now, but you can start. So I started playing, and then the owner did come in, nice lady, and she said, "Who are you?" I said, "Well, I'm Paul, the piano player." She's like, "Well, that sounds great, and I can see you're a piano player, but I didn't hire a piano player." I'm like, "Well, wait a second." So I went into my,
no.
road bag there, and I took out the napkin, which I still had.
And it wasn't trusty.
I said, "Well, isn't this 1101 Main Street?" And she said, "No, this is 1011 Main Street."
Oh,
True story.
no.
She said, "Oh, it's 6 houses down. It's the Smith house." So I got in my car and I scooted over there. Quick setup because it's a piano.
Yeah.
Walked in, and then people were listening, and 2 ladies were listening to me for a few minutes, and they said, "You know, it sounds great. There's a guy that looks just like you down the street playing." I said, "It was me."
Oh,
So,
that's a good
very
one.
good.
So you've had lots of
a great one.
performance experience. You have a great sense of humor. Now, what would you say to our audience? My whole goal of my show is to encourage community members of any age, like yourself,
Thank
getting
you.
involved
Right.
at any age. What would you say to them to encourage them to get up and do their passion?
Well, there's nowadays there's so many different avenues, so many different instruments. Music's a great thing because it's like it just brings people together. You know,
Right.
I can bump into guys from 30 years ago, and we're all still connecting due to, you know, the internet and all these different ways to communicate. And you know, there's so many instruments nowadays. Say, for instance, nowadays, take this violin here. People are
What
taking up-
is it, Paul?
Oh, this isn't a violin. This is a ukulele.
Very funny.
I guess that's something to do with the hole here. So people are taking up the ukulele nowadays, and we saw Tiny Tim years ago. It can be carried around.
So it's just you say, do whatever you
Yeah,
feel
and-
passionate about and just go out and do it.
And when you go out, and whether you're down on Wollaston Beach or something like that,
Yes.
little Quincy reference there.
Okay, nice.
You can just sit there on the wall. I bring a battery-powered keyboard around, and
Okay,
really,
and just
it's
play.
all unbelievable.
And oh, that's great.
And you can just play, and plus you can look cool even if you can't play. And it's just one of those things, and
That's
you
great.
end up being the life of the party.
All right. Well, yes, you
don't
are
know.
the life of the show today, for sure, for
unbelievable.
sure. So much fun. And then you, what would you say to our audience?
Well, it's never too late, ladies
Yes,
and
I think it's
gentlemen.
great.
And actually,
And then you guys can work together. I think that's awesome.
I just started learning to play the ukulele.
nice,
Which
okay.
I'm not going to play for this show, but maybe
Okay.
someday if I
Yes. Yes. Now,
get better.
this isn't the Carrolls' first appearance here at QATV. They were here to promote your performance at the Thomas Crane Library, correct?
Yes, we had
and
a
how
one.
was that? How was that? Was
Oh,
it great?
the Thomas Crane, beautiful
No, it was
library,
fun.
library, and wonderful, wonderful audience. And thank you, Thomas Crane Library. We had a wonderful time.
And
there.
Ken the
But
janitor.
But the
Ken the custodian.
But the audience was absolutely wonderful because we do a number of sing-alongs,
That's
and they were
wow.
great.
I think we're going to do a couple here. So, Paul, can you play? It is Memorial Day weekend, and we are, July 4th is Independence Day is coming up. So we're feeling just patriotic and excited for the summer. And so, like the Carrolls here, I encourage you to come on the program, as I always do. Would love to see your talents. No matter what you're doing, or if you're fundraising or you have a great cause to share, we want to share it with the rest of the community, and we want to have you right here in our studio. So let's start with America the Beautiful, and we'll get our flags out.
Flags.
We're in a patriotic mood, everybody.
Great stuff. Yeah, so this will be us doing that. I think you were going to play something, by the way?
Oh,
On
no.
the ukulele? No,
No, I host,
We're going to put that
and
right back.
I
No,
admire.
but
But I do sing, so I'll do that.
Oh, you do great.
Yeah,
That's great stuff. We're
Okay.
going to do this one. And all great stuff. This is going to be in the key of C. And,
one
I'd-
chorus.
We'll do one
Yeah,
chorus.
one chorus is great.
I'd hold a flag if I could.
Okay, that's
Let me
all
put
right.
it-
I'll hold.
put it
Yeah,
right in the,
that's fine.
Right here, my sopranos, altos.
Okay.
Check 1, 2. Oh,
beautiful
for spacious skies, forever waves of grain, for purple mountains, majesties above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
Now we want to move
Hooray
into
for America.
what is the next song we're going to do?
Let's do You're a Grand Old Flag, and then
Yankee Doodle Dandy.
Yes, let's. And I carry around props, by the way. I got a call coming in. The shoe phone. You ever see one of these? It always works. I'm telling you, it's unbelievable. Chief, this is Max.
Well, and we encourage all of you to sing with us at home. If you have a flag, grab
Call
it,
in.
and we're really happy to have this sing along with the Carrolls.
Colin. We do Yankee Doodle, and then we're going to segue.
Okay, yeah, let's do it Yankee Doodle first, and then we'll end.
And we thank you for coming into the All Friends
It
Cabaret.
was wonderful.
This is great. This is
I
great.
hope that others will join.